Hi.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
You guys are going to see less of my face and more of what's in the box today.
Hi, Danny. Hi, Owl's Perch. Hi, Sherry Bug. Long hair, skinny eye toe. So today's live actually happened on admin chat, on Almost Girls admin chat. Um, I think Shauna had gotten pinched by or bit by a wasp.
Stung by a wasp.
Stung by a wasp. Bit. I said bit. The wasp stung her. And then she had to take the little thingy out, the stinger. But the whole idea just gave me the whole thing gave me an idea, and I was telling Leland, um, this kind of touches on ingredients or which is apothecary for me because I use a lot of things in my craft and in my cabinet. I have a lot of herbs and stuff like that, and there's different things that I use different ingredients for different things. On one of the last videos I did not too long ago, I did my crushed red pepper recipe. I don't know if you guys remembered, but in here I use you can use wasps. I used like a wasp nest and crushed it up. Actually, a couple of wasp nests and crushed them up. That had already been abandoned. The nest had already been abandoned, so I crushed them up into powder form and added that to my crushed red pepper. Which, if you guys missed that, you can check it out another time. I give you guys my recipe there. And this is actually very similar to a hot foot powder, but this is more like defensive magic. Period. Like this is not a hot foot powder in the sense that you could use it as a hot foot powder, but it is that's not the only purpose for it. You can sprinkle it on your enemy. You can sprinkle it on their shoes. That'll make it a hot foot powder. You can sprinkle it after they walk from a place or on a place where they're about to walk onto. And this is kind of to keep somebody away. You can use it how, let's see. You can use it how in voodoo they use a lot of red brick dust. You could use that for a similar purpose too. Um, so it all depends on what you want to use it for, but it really is defensive work. It's a form of hexing to me. It is not something that you just do lightly, but it is for defense work and it's awesome. I also have snake skin in here, crushed up snake skin. You guys have to check out the video. There's a whole list of different ingredients. Um, so I told Leolyn, Leolyn was telling me I have a trunk where I keep my stuff. And I said, you have a box of tricks. So we're just gonna go by
Yep.
what ingredients
I
and
have a hope chest full of goodies to show you that I need. Hexen's over here going, "What's in your apothecary?" I'm going, "I don't remember because I haven't been in there in a hot minute. I should go in there."
I'm gonna get my skin.
So I'm going to clean it out while we're on the live.
Yeah.
Because I have all kinds of witchy things in here, like a wooden jewelry box that I use for crystals sometimes.
I am going to start with what's in my witch's cabinet, my apothecary. That is beautiful. We're
My
gonna need
Samhain
that.
stuff. A lot of
We're
my
gonna
Samhain stuff is
need
in
that.
here.
We're gonna need that for that pumpkin video guy thing that we're doing. I'm thinking pumpkin, like crazy pumpkins everywhere. Oh, that's beautiful.
So this is a lot of my Samhain stuff is in the box right now
You haven't filled
because
that bottle. You should use that for like moon water.
Uh-huh.
Or you can
I
use it
do.
where you can empower like a special water and even mix ingredients with the water for it to make it like a scented water, and you can use it to connect to your scullies.
It already has water in it. It has rose water in it for Persephone, which I use around Samhain.
Okay. Sometimes I get like, oh my god, should I fill this jar up or I shouldn't? But at the same time, I'm like, what's the use if you're not gonna fill the pretty jar up, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's gorge.
Again, this is a lot of my Samhain stuff. So this was originally a tequila bottle, and it has a cork lid. It doesn't have liquid in it now, but around Samhain, I will make up my stuff that I put in here. And it is usually where I put some kind of oil that I'm working with.
Reminds me of Snape with your robe. Thank you, Danny. I love Snape. Snape is one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter.
And another incense burner. Because I don't have enough of those. Black ribbon. Because, of course, black ribbon. I told you, Samhain is in here.
Oh, I love that.
I use this for Hades and Hecate, depending on who wants it.
I need to get a Scully tattoo. They're starting to require for me.
I need a skull tattoo.
But I really think I'm gonna do something very.
Oh yeah, and then there's some Yule.
I love that's pretty. Hi, Earthy Taurus.
Here's
Hi,
a
Bug,
owl.
Stephanie, Estelle, Dan.
Hello.
Hoot hoot.
Hoot hoot.
Hoot. Here I have two
Zip ties.
on this shelf back here. I have my. This right here is my Baba Yaga altar, and over here I have two little owls.
Aw. Oh, that's where these scissors went.
Ah. This second shelf underneath my Baba Yaga altar, or Baba Yaga, is my oils. All of these are my different oils that I make, oils that I work with also. Ooh, coconut. That's good for your ancestors, you know that?
Yes. And a little tree.
Down here is my Buddha altar. And then over here I have all my herbs. It's my actual apothecary. Now I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to flip the camera a little bit.
Here's some summer stuff.
Here you can't really see it. But this box I found at the thrift store like a year ago.
That's empty.
And this beautiful coffin, it's not really a coffin shape, but this beautiful box is where I keep certain ingredients. Now here I have bugs. I have a bug collection. In here I have a snake skin, a complete snake shed skin that someone gave me with a little bit of sage. And then I'm going to try and turn it, but there you go. You can see the cicada in there, this huge bug. But there's a whole bunch that's just on the bottom. I wish there's a way I could flip it for you guys to see them. There you can see I have a dragonfly. But some I find in nature that they die, out in nature. They're already dead, and I get them and I keep them. I use them as ingredients. I have some moths, any lizards that I find dead around the house. Those are good to use too. And I keep it sealed in here. Now, what I do for the bugs not to go bad, or obviously I try to let them dry out. When they're dead, they dry out. They tend to dry out quicker. In this little napkin with this black cord, I wrapped oh my god, what do you call that? Camphor, sorry, I had blanked out. Camphor. Now the camphor is already done and it dissipates, but it's really good to not have them get like a by keeping them closed in the box, it doesn't have make them get a type of odor or anything like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So and from here I pull whenever I need for a black witch's salt or like for my banishing hot powder, my hot red pepper, hot hotter than hot. Um, and so I pull from this as like certain ingredients. So the whole idea was because if I was to find a dead wasp or an abandoned wasp nest and things like that, I tend to see that as ingredients, right? So I try to see the purpose of the ingredient. What can you use it for? What would you use it for? Things like that I like to use more, not in just baneful magic, because okay, so I'll show you. Um, I have these beetles that I love. And people actually make jewelry out of these and earrings. And I've seen bracelets and necklaces made out of these beetles. So this particular beetle, yes, it's metallic and it is that color in nature. So let's say I want to make. I could crush him if I wanted to, but he is so beautiful that I will not crush him. I will not crush this beetle because of the color. But I can include him in a spirit bottle. I can include him in a candle, for example, and I can press him into a candle that I make. I wouldn't burn the candle because I wouldn't want him to burn, but um, I would keep the candle or something like that, like just to make it pretty. If I wanted to give it as an offering to the Fae because he is shiny and he is naturally that beautiful tealish blue color. It's metallic. You guys can't really see it. Um, I have some moss in here, the snake skin. I have this other one, which is I think it's super cool.
I honestly I forgot. He forgot I had this fan in here that
Oh,
I need to pull out for the summertime because it's gorgeous.
it's this little. Oh my god, you can't see it, and it's gonna fall. Hold on.
Oh yes, and then ingredients are also. This is a
Yes,
magnolia leaf.
he is black and blue. So it all depends on what the purpose of my spell is or what I'm trying to make, and I would use different bugs, um, or other things too. Bones, skulls, things that I find in my practice. Not too long ago, I found this skull. I still haven't figured out what the hell it is, but you can tell that the eyes were right here on either side, and this is what the front looks like, the head, and this is what it looks like from the side, and then this is the bottom of the skull. I thought it was really
Gorgeous.
cool. So I found this with a couple of vertebrae bones, 4 pieces that look very much alike. And I cleansed it, blessed it. I kind of disinfected it. Um, I laid them out. I let them dry up even more. I cleansed them with smoke, incense, and all that kind of stuff. And then I added that to my casting bone set. And now that is residing in my casting bone set. So you guys can find ingredients out in nature. Nature is your best friend for ingredients. You don't always have to go to the store for ingredients. That's beautiful. Is that a big bay leaf?
Nope, that's magnolia leaf.
Ooh.
And this came off of a tree that is here in my neighborhood, but it had fallen because it was collected in the fall. And I just brought it in the house, set it on my altar for a while, and then when it was done with it, I put it in my box and let it dry out. and now I put it on my altar. I
This
actually
is
put
a
our
powerful
ancestor
spell.
because as a lot of my family are from the southern United States, and magnolias are very popular here.
Sherry Bug, please, what is... I'll get to your question soon, Danny. Sherry Bug says, please, what is spirit bottle briefly? Okay, a quick spirit bottle I'm going to show you guys. I made these for Samhain. I have 4 of them left. If anybody's interested, please message me. I can leave it to you at a very, very, very low price. I made 4 of them the same, and with mine, the 5th. And this is a spirit bottle for your ancestors. I have pictures of this on my Instagram, and they're already loaded with ingredients. You can see it in the bottom. That is clear. And I chose 13 ingredients, and this is made for you to connect with your particular ancestors, your ancestry from your bloodlines, your past, who you come from, where you come from. So this bottle I created on Samhain, and all you have to do is activate it, and it is accompanied by a candle in which you'll receive the bottle nicely packed, but uncorked, so you can add any ingredients that you want. In my particular one, in my personal one, because I dedicated it to my blood ancestors, I did use personal blood inside the bottle before I sealed it. Now, the idea is that the candle seals the bottle. So you can add. I give it to you with the ingredients already inside that I've added. You'll receive a list and why the ingredients, why I chose each ingredient. But this particular spirit bottle is for your ancestor spirits. Now you can make ancestor bottles for a deity, and you could decorate a bottle on the outside with a picture. Some people print out a picture of a deity, they cut it out, stick it outside the bottle, and kind of like collage the bottle, paint over it, they glue crystals on it, feathers, whatever you want. And you can fill the bottle with either symbols or shells or an incense or an oil dedicated to that deity. There's so many things you could do with a spirit bottle, but there's 4 of these left. I'll show you mine. Once you complete the spell, where did I put mine? Oh, it's on this side. Yep. So after I added the extra ingredients that I wanted to add, the candles that I made, they are red candles that I added herbs to and everything, and they're really chunky. The candle fits perfectly into the jar. Now this is my personal jar, already sealed and the spell finished. And this is what is left of the candle. I left it there as a cork. So my bottle is completely sealed by the wax. What I did was, because the candle has herbs, you really have to watch the candle while it's burning because it could be flammable and something could catch fire. So I was blessing the bottle, right, and awakening it and its power and calling to it while the candle was burning. When the candle was almost done, you can see the wick is still right here. I snuffed it out, and then I grabbed the bottle and kind of moved it around so you can have this dripping effect of the hot wax. I was like, I kind of want the wax to drip to the sides. So I worked the bottle like that and had the hot wax dripping around it till it formed there. So this is now connected to my blood ancestry, and it resides in my altar all year round. And I made these in Samhain. I have 4 of them left if anyone's interested. But like I said, a spirit bottle can be dedicated to a deity. You could even do a face spirit bottle. There's so many things you can do. Bottle magic is very effective. Hexen, is that a Dollar Tree bottle? Yes, I got them during Halloween at Dollar Tree. And I added ingredients in there. You have herbs, crystals. You have so many things in here, and then you can add your own before you seal it and with the candle and burn the candle and activate it. That's beautiful, Leon. I love those bottles. Danny had asked, what is the darkest spell you had to make a potion or ingredient you used for? Hmm. Do you mean ingredients that were hard to find? Or what ingredients did I use that I had at hand for the darkest spell that I've ever had to cast? Now, you guys, darkest doesn't necessarily mean baneful. Okay, you have darkest to where maybe my darkest ritual was invoking Hecate for the first time in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
If you mean more baneful, baneful is when you're trying to hurt someone. Baneful is when your defenses are up and you are thinking attack. Baneful is when you are taken over and ready to fight. Dragon's blood, I love that one. Those
I
smell
thought I
good.
was out.
I like those. Those are
I
good.
thought I was out. I love this stuff. That is not going back in the box. That is staying out here.
Ingredients you use or had to find. Like I said, crushed red pepper is really good for baneful magic, especially if you want a spicy hotness to it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that would be, I think that would be that's beautiful. I think that would be, excuse me, an ingredient at hand that would be easy to find. Shit, even hot sauce for defensive magic. How about that?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. A little hot sauce goes a long way. Yeah, think defensive.
Now, also, ingredients in spells don't have to be herbs. They don't have to come from your kitchen. Here's a key. What can I use a key for? A spell to open a door to a new job, a new house. All you have to do is work how this is part of your spell.
For the most painful. I haven't really had to be the most painful person ever. Um, I can be painful if I am defending myself or someone that I love dearly who is in an injustice place and I want justice for them. That's when I can be painful. Now, the hardest ingredient I've ever had to find. The hardest thing that was for me to do was to connect graveyard dirt. That was the hardest thing for me to do. But I'm gonna be honest, the one time I got it, it wasn't even graveyard dirt. I actually grabbed dirt from a close Catholic church. So it was actually church dirt. It wasn't even graveyard dirt. But I had used that in my magic. That was a couple years back because I didn't have the guts to go into the cemetery to collect that.
I have to
But
agree.
now I do.
Hardest ingredient I've had to collect would be two: rusty nails and graveyard dirt. Rusty nails because I had to pry them out of the wood to get them. So it was literally the most physical work I've ever done to get an ingredient. Graveyard dirt because it meant going into a graveyard with a bag, putting some dirt in it. Which was like, I'm scared.
I have an oil for maybe 6 months that is filled with crushed red peppers and jalapenos. I'm half scared to open it. It's probably like pepper spray now.
Hell yes. Probably he is. Okay.
Okay, some more ingredients. What else can I show you guys? This is my calendula. I keep it in this beautiful jar that I love and I don't want to drop.
Mer can go back in here.
This beautiful apothecary jar, and in here I keep calendula flowers. These are mothballs. They are high. Bless you. They are high in camphor. So they contain a lot of camphor. I'm not sure if they're fully made out of camphor, but they do contain camphor. So when I don't have my camphor squared, I use mothballs.
And when I
In this
say I have candles for
beautiful
days,
bottle,
I
I
mean I have candles for
have
days.
my Hecate oil. Oh, I have a whole jar full of cloves because I love cloves. Um, I had found these at Michael's during Halloween season, and they're meant to be black chalk, but they kind of when you draw with them, they're like it's kind of gray, like almost black, but it's actually gray. And these are awesome for sigil magic, especially on the floor if you're drawing a circle and stuff. You can use chalk. Chalk is really cool because usually on tile you can draw with chalk and then wipe it off. And usually with rug too, you could vacuum it up. So these are really good to cast circles, to draw a physical circle. You can use these in sigil magic, writing sigils. You can use chalk a lot, kind of like how people use eggshell powder. Um,
No more empty containers? Okay.
oh my God, you hoard candles like me. Oh my God, Marge, I think all of us hoard candles. I think I'm not gonna show you all the candles I have. Not now.
Oh, I'm not done with the candles. I have 2 black candles that I entirely forgot I have.
I have 2 of those like that too, that size, and that's what I plan on
Oh, by the
using
way,
for
when you light this one, it bleeds that color on the inside.
oh, that's crazy. Um, that's the one I plan on using for our ritual,
Yep.
our
I'm
COVID
keeping
19
one
ritual.
of them out for the ritual because I forgot I had this. And I don't want to stick it back in
Guys,
here.
on
By the
Wednesday
way,
night, we are banishing COVID 19. If you guys want to join us, you're more than welcome to join the live with us. It's Leolyn, Pat, and I. I haven't been able to talk to Mama Squirrel, but I want to get her involved too. We have this really big thing that we are planning for Wednesday because it is the dark moon, and we want to use that energy and banish COVID 19.
mm-hmm. Now
We
I
are
have
going to bind her, honey, like they did Nancy, Mama.
a bunch of these. These are great little offering dishes.
Oh, those are awesome offering dishes.
I use them in the fall and the winter, mostly. Since they're fall and winter colors. I have box again, ancestor altar, because it is a recipe box, very much like the one that my grandmother gave to my mother.
What else? I have catnip. Catnip has different and very interesting properties. And catnip is also used a lot by followers of Bast. And cats love this stuff. They get high off of it.
Can confirm. Fast likes catnip.
In this beautiful Russian tea bowl that I found at a thrift store, of course, I have it filled with star anise. I have a lot of star anise in here. I love I love the smell of this stuff.
Oh, star anise is gorgeous. It smells amazing.
Just almost fell. Oh my
I,
god, this
I
almost
die for the smell of star anise.
fell. And this huge jar,
Frankincense goes
this
back.
huge jar is full of hibiscus flowers, which I also use in my craft. Here I have Palo Santo. Some of it is shredded. I've bought it like that before. I also have sticks. So
Achoo.
there goes my allergies. These are some of my favorites. This is from a tree that grows in my front yard, and it is called a flamboyant tree. And it is also known as flame of the forest. And it has these beautiful yellow, white, red, pink, and I think orange flowers. Mine's it's like a red orange, and these are the petals of the flowers that I dried up. I keep these for wishes to add some oomph to my magic. And I try to collect just enough from the ones that fall on the ground. When they start falling, the flowers, I grab them, bring them inside, I put them in a bowl, and I let them completely dry out, and then I put them in my jar. Now, I always collect enough to get me through the next year, and it's usually enough to fill this jar, and it lasts me. Like my tree will probably start flowering by June, July, and I've only haven't even used half of them. So I only grab about 10 or 8 flowers, but I usually wait for them to fall. And they fall, they're beautiful flowers. They fall because they only stay on the tree like a day or two, and after that they start falling. So when they fall, I grab them, I let them dry out, and then I use them. Sometimes they fall apart, sometimes the whole flower stays in floral form, but I use them
Okay,
as ingredients.
that's everything I'm putting back in there.
Um,
Now to move.
I have a huge supply of cedar,
Oh,
linden, spearmint. What else? Oh, and this cute little box of Birdie Bop beans, every flavor beans from Harry Potter. I like the little box, so I decided to keep ingredients in here. So in here I have copal resin inside a little Ziploc bag in here.
so now
Um,
that I have finally gotten down to where my ingredients, my
Green
herbs,
packs that I can use for any bombs that I create and things like that. Um, I have a jar of moss. Moss is used in baneful magic and protection as well.
so I have multiple containers of my own hair that I can use in spells.
Uh-oh.
So that is a thing specifically that I use to make spells personal to me.
Um,
Here is basil.
Marge, it's called a flamboyant tree. Um, it's also known as the fire of the forest, this type of tree. When it was discovered, flamboyant, like how you would say, very cheerful or happy, flamboyant tree. It's
And
also known as Royal Poinciana.
these are ceramic pieces that I use in protection
This is what
jars.
they look like. These trees, and this is the same one that's in front of my house. It's this particular color. It's like a red orange. So that's the color of the flowers. It's very, very beautiful. I actually think in one of my lives I showed the flowers from there before, like last year. But
I
yeah,
like that answer. Make sure no one gets it and makes polyjuice potion. Now I also have multiple kinds of twine, so I can do knot magic.
What else? Down here I have bottles that are not currently in use.
Salt.
This is actually an oil lamp that I found at the thrift store. But I want to make it an actual oil bottle. Look at this bottle. Look at that color.
Gorgeous. I have sage. And yes, this is just regular rubbed sage that you get for your kitchen.
Hello, it's Sage.
I have allspice. Again.
Go to your dollar store. We have spices for $1. Even Himalayan pink salt.
Hey, allspice. I use it in the kitchen all the time. I also use it in my spells. Because you know what's in allspice? Cinnamon, nutmeg, clove. Things you might use in a love spell.
I have a broken ceramic bowl. Glad I didn't throw it away. That's awesome. A ceramic bowl is good for stage, but stuff like that.
Okay. I have cinnamon sticks.
Guys.
Because I love cinnamon sticks.
Over here, I have this little jewelry cabinet thingy. But in here, I want to show you guys. I have crystals.
I have eucalyptus.
Wow.
It's for cleansing and bringing in positive energy.
I'll show you some of the ones I have in here. Oh, this is my favorite. This
chamomile.
Is, Mica.
Mica?
And it's a shape of a heart.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I have chamomile flowers. They're very soothing. Very calming. I could literally bury my face in here and go to sleep.
I think Mama Squirrel gave us this. I don't know if it's Amazonite or a type of jade.
And here is my star anise.
This is from Tower Stock last year, but I don't remember what it was. Or Cola. I don't know. I love star anise.
Oh, it smells so good.
My first and only bumblebee jasper. And I am looking for a bumblebee jasper Scully. I've been looking for that for a while, and I haven't been able to find one.
Marge, I use eucalyptus to bring in
a bumblebee
positive energy.
jasper. I have my shivalingum. My shivalingum.
Fennel seeds.
Teeny tiny shivalingum.
Because fennel seeds are great. And again, I use these a lot for ancestor worship because my family is Italian and we use fennel a lot.
Fluorite. Fluorite. Fluorite.
Let's see here. What's in the bag?
Smoky quartz point. Smoky.
Nothing I need to show with Hexen here because it's for Hexen.
What?
The contents of the bag.
Bag? What bag?
Bag.
What's in there?
Things for you.
What?
Things that I collected for you.
Oh. This is a desert rose, which if you guys do not know, it's actually selenite.
Yes.
It created in the desert floor. It grabs with the particles and it's like it rolls in the desert air and it builds itself into this shape.
So this is cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and cloves. As now I mentioned, those are basically the things you put in allspice anyway. This was before I had allspice had a large amount of allspice, and I wanted all of these things in here.
This, I believe, is a garnet or a ruby. I'm not sure. It's really red. You can barely see it, but I love this.
So I have cedar leaves.
Septarian, a chunk of Septarian. Septarian.
I use the cedar leaves for Thor's altar a lot.
My hawk's eye, which I have a scully made with hawk's eye. Hawk's eye is this bluish, blackish, but still contains a little bit of the cat eye. You see it right there. Bam.
I have rosemary, again for cleansing.
Oh my God, rosemary is, for me, I'm going to be honest, you guys. I think I've said this before. When I started, I didn't have money. Okay. I started when I was about 14 years old. I had an allowance of maybe $5 or $10 a week that I would, which was for my lunch, my school lunch, mind you. So I would add that up, keep it, try not to spend it in my lunch, and use that. And I would go to the dollar store regularly, and I would find candles and stuff like that, and I would work with what I had. And rosemary for me was like my substitute for everything. Okay?
Yes, because rosemary is
rosemary properties for me in my craft are universal. If there's a herb that it calls for, whatever it is, and you have nothing and you have rosemary, use rosemary.
Yep. Now this is cloves. Whole cloves.
Clear quartz, like I don't have enough clear quartz.
Like you don't have enough clear quartz. Here's the bay leaves, Hexen.
Oh, I love bay leaves. This is what's that called? The tears.
Apache tears?
Apache tears, yes. This is an Apache tear.
I have more cinnamon sticks because me and cinnamon have a love relationship.
I put them up. Like, wow. Hematite has always been a favorite of mine. My one and only little piece of rose quartz.
My black peppercorns, whole black peppercorns for protection.
I have this little druzy of clear quartz.
And I have anise seeds for when I don't want to use star anise.
And this labradorite palm stone. Oh, look at that flash. Look at it, look at it, play, look at it, look at it, play, look at it, look at it, play, look at it, look at it.
And yes, all of my herbs fit in here.
What was this? Oh yeah, this is a type of moonstone, I think. Like a peach moonstone or something, I think like that is called. I think this is called peach moonstone. I'm not sure. This is orange agate. I think it's orange or some type of golden agate color, mustard kind of color. My little tiger's eye.
All right, I'm just going to make a new one of those.
My moss agate. And that's what I have inside the bottle.
And here's the production jar I make. I'm going to make a new one, which is why I'm showing it to you.
And then in this one, I have extra herbs that have not made it into jars yet. They're in Ziploc bags and stuff. And I dropped one, of course.
So like, oh, I just opened that and hit myself with plastic.
Passion flower. smells so good. It smells so good. This is perfect for a travel altar. It's an old jewelry case that I found at the thrift store. But I have a lot of ideas of what I plan on doing with this thing. Um, I'm gonna sell that and create something with it. I just don't know what yet. But this will come to my mind. So that, guys, is what I have in my apothecary.
And
Now
what I have in mind.
you. What do you have in your witchy cabinet or your apothecary? What ingredients do you have?
What
What
ingredients
tools
do
in
you
your
use?
magic and your craft?
All right.
This may very well be an ingredient, but for me, it's an altar tool. This is not an ingredient. But who is to say you is not to throw this in your cauldron as an offering to the gods? I'm gonna roll, guys.
And we will notice that I very much used this live to clean this out and get the things out that I needed out here.
That's awesome.
Otherwise, I would have.
If you have a spot in your kitchen for herbs, that's good. Me, I kind of have my own witchy room dedicated to my craft now, so that's why I have everything. I need to give you guys a tour. I've been meaning to, but I mean, so this is the door. That's the back of the door. So in this corner, we have a little altar with my sun mirror. And then this is my whole huge cabinet with all my spirit dolls on top. And then if you turn this way, we have the table I'm filming in. There's a coffee table with my bone set in the middle. Back here, I have my books, necklaces. Then I have my spirit board, all my tarot decks under my chair where I film sometimes. And all that back corner is my altar, guys. Like, mind you, on this side of the door, I have this other part of altars, set of altars. All my things. I'm giving you like a backwards review of my witchy room. Over here, which is usually where I film, this is like one altar. And then over here's my working altar. Right, and I have my scullies here all around Hecate, all of this. And on this side, you see all my scullies. You can't really see it because of the light, but I'll give you guys a tour. But yeah, I had to get a room for all my stuff because I have too much stuff. And this used to be my bedroom before with the stuff and everything. But then one of the other rooms went empty, and because I stayed with my parents, and so my parents were like, "Why don't you keep that room with all your witchy stuff, and you can film in there and everything, and then you have your regular bedroom." So I moved my bedroom out of here to the smaller room, and then I kept this as my witchy room, and I'm finally got it mostly organized.
Versus this is my bedroom and my witchy room all in one go.
Sent you a message of my herbal shelf, Hexen. Oh wow, that's awesome. Danny sent us a picture of his herb shelf.
Cool.
That's awesome, Danny. That's so
Awesome.
awesome. I love collecting bottles and stuff, and like I just honestly, this is gonna sound so bad, but my dream of an apothecary is like an entire room full of shelves. Well, that's how I feel about a room full of books, but that's a different story. But like a walk-in closet where you have all types of magical ingredients, from types of mushrooms to types of flowers in jars to types of all types of things in jars. That's like my dream. That doesn't have my handmade hemlock or deadly nightshade. I don't have any of that in my apothecary, and I'm dying to get my hands on some.
I don't have any of that, and I want some.
So I want to create this hashtag, and I challenge you next. What's in your witchy apothecary?
What is in your witchy shelves?
What
Show
is
me.
in your cabinet? What is in your trunk? Whatever you want to call it. What is in there? Tell us and show us. Sherry bug. Hibiscus is awesome for a lot of things. It's a floral. First of all, have you tried hibiscus iced tea before? It is bomb. I had that in Washington and I fell in love with it. Um, Hibiscus. It is good for healing. It is good for love magic. I use hibiscus as an add-on ingredient to a lot of my magic. Um, I kind of use because you could when you buy the hibiscus usually in like a clear bag or something from the grocery store. They're dried up already because people usually use them in teas. They're just petals. Now I use the petals for wishes. Um, So if you have a wish, you can use it in wishing magic. You can burn a petal and make a wish. That's actually one of the most simple ways I use it. I would grab a petal, make a wish, light the petal on fire from a candle that's burning, and just throw the petal inside the cauldron to just burn out. Um, Actually, last time I made these, I'll show you what I did with them last time. So I keep my melted wax when it's dried up and I melt it again and I use it for different things. This time I created these little wax clumps that you can throw in a fire and burn, right? And I use this reddish kind of wax. And in here you have a star anise with hibiscus flowers and wax. Oh, it smells so good. I usually anoint it with oil. And this is a little wax clump that has hibiscus and star anise. And you can use this for wishes too. Or it's kind of like a spell on the go. You give it your intention and you can throw this into a bonfire or into your burning chimney or into your burning cauldron. Um, you need to be careful because this is made out of wax, so it can be flammable. So be careful where you light it. But it has star anise. You can see the star anise popping out there, and on the other side, it has some of the flower, the hibiscus flower, and it's all clumped together and held together by good smelling wax, candle wax. Hi, baby.
He's back.
That's my little. Oh, smells so good. My latest craft. Hex, are your parents into this stuff too? Marge, they're not. Um, they've allowed me to practice openly. My parents don't judge me. Um, I came out of the closet when I was 17 years old, and they've been very acceptance toward me, including my craft. My spiritual practice must have started with my parents when they were into Santeria faith, and they were into that before I was born and during my creation and after I was born. So that was a process they went through while I was within the womb. And so it was a spiritual practice they had and held back then. They do not practice their craft anymore, but my craft is totally different than where I started or where I come from.
Shh, baby. Hush, hush, hush. That's enough barking.
All right, guys, thank you for joining us. We challenge you. What is in your apothecary? Or what's in your witchy trunk? Or what's in your witch's cabinet? Or what is in that box in the corner that you have? What magical ingredients do you work with? What do you consider essentials? Real quickly, essentials. My top essentials are rosemary, sage, and oregano was like my best friend. Oregano was my best friend
Sage,
under
cinnamon.
and cinnamon. Yes, cinnamon you can find and it's really good. I mean, I think that's a kitchen essential. I'm sorry, like I think everyone's grandma has some cinnamon sitting on the shelf.
I think they do.
Cloves too. Sage, Palo Santo, rosemary, and lavender. Yes, lavender too. The box is under the bed.
Or in my case, the box in the corner.
Eek, never done a YouTube video. I challenge you, MA. You don't even have to show your face.
All you have to do is show who your shelf. That's how I started.
Yourself. Give us a little bit of a view. I challenge
That's how I
you.
started. If you go back to my very first videos, they all show my altar, not me. Yes, dog kisses are essential.
All right, guys. I will talk to you later. Take care. I challenge you guys, please show us what you got. Make it a hashtag. It'll be awesome. I think it's kind
And
of.
if you don't want to make a video, make an Instagram post and
Oh
tag
yeah.
it.
Snap a picture and tell us about your favorite ingredients in your batch. Bye, guys. Talk to you
Post
later.
it to the Facebook group.
Facebook group, yes, Mama's Girls Facebook group. Just do what you do. Do what you want to do, either on Facebook or Instagram it, post it, tag it, whatever you like. It's kind of fun. I thought it'd be a cool one this time. All right,
And yes,
guys.
you can find me on all social media under the name Leah Lynn.
Bye, guys.